Hey folks, it's Sheldon with TigerTough again. Today we're working on a 2019 Chevy truck and we're going to put some seat covers on it. The first step to putting the rear seat covers on is we have to remove all three of the rear headrests. To do that, first you have to push the button on the side of the headrest, and it's on the driver's side of both of the bigger headrests. And then there's two buttons, one at the base of either headrest post. You press those in and you can pull the headrest right straight out. The smaller middle headrest doesn't have a button on the side, so you just press those in, pull it up. Just like that. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is put the cover on the rear of the seat. Chevy's made this a little more interesting than our normal covers are because the rear seat is mounted directly to the back of the cab. So this is going to fit over the front of the seat, and then we have these strings that we're going to tie in multiple places, but don't worry, I'm going to show you how. Okay, the first thing we're going to do to get the cover on the back and then secured so it doesn't move around while we're getting it to fit right is we're going to put it over the top of the seat and then take all of these 6 headrest holes and work the trim through the holes in the top of the cover, and that way the cover won't move around while we're working with it. So I'm just going to start on the right here and work my way across the cab. Just stretch the cover around over that trim, just like that. And then I'm going to take the whole cover and feed it underneath the seat belt. There. Now, I'm going to just get the sides of the cover tucked around the seat so that it takes the shape of the seat a little bit better, and then we'll work on securing it. So I'll start over here and just go like this and then tuck it around behind the seat. So this string right here will go right back in there like that. Now I'm going to work my way across the top of the seat, tucking this in. Okay, right here now, behind the seat belt, we're just going to Velcro that together, and then to make sure it doesn't slip, I'm just going to run that through there, and we'll tie it off. If you've got extra string like this here, you can either cut it off or do what I'm going to do and tuck it right down inside here. Alright, so I got the cover on the seat back. Everything's kind of tucked in where it should be. Now I'm going to take all of these here flaps and push them down between the seat back and the seat bottom. So I'm just going to tip the seat up like this here and start mashing them down in there. Now I'll just go down here and pull them all down. There. They're all pulled down. Now, the last thing we're going to do before we start tying these together and actually getting the cover to fit well is right underneath here, the car seat restraints, and I'm going to run these strings back behind them. Alright, so the next spot I'm going to tie this is tie these 2 strings together back behind these seatbelt receptacles, and we're not too concerned about getting it tight at this point, just getting it secured, and then we will get it tight in the next step. So I'm just going to tie this, I'm actually going to tie it right back off to this here. Again, if you've got extra string, you can cut it off, or you can leave it where nobody will see it. Okay, so this is the last spot where we're going to tie this cover, and this is where we're going to focus on actually getting it tight. So same as we did on the last spot is we'll just run this through this loop here and run it back behind that seat belt receptacle, and now I'm going to pull everything tight. Like this. And I'm going to tie it right back off to this car seat restraint. As long as you get it tight, it doesn't really matter where you tie off to. So now I'm just going to take this cover and make sure it's pulled as tight as I can get it along here. Alright, so we got the back on now and all secured, tied up. Now basically all you need to do is just go through, make sure everything's tucked down where it should be, smooth it out as much as you can. Alright, I'm going to start on the driver's side bottom first. So it's the wider piece. And I'm going to flip this bottom up. And then we'll just start putting the cover on. I've turned the cover partially inside out, because that allows me to pull it over the seat a lot easier. And then we just pull it down like this. And then these flaps right here, I'm going to push down between the back and the bottom. So I got those flaps down, and now I'm just going to pull them tight and fasten them to the Velcro up here. Just like that. Now on the passenger side, we're going to do the exact same thing that we did on the driver's side. So I'm turning the cover part way inside out. We'll slide it over the seat bottom and then work it down so it fits good, like that, just like that. And then this long flap will go down between the back and the bottom again, just like last time. Just like that. Pull it tight and fasten it on there. Alright, now that we've got the back and bottom covers on, last thing we have to do is put the headrests back on the seat and cover them up. So headrest number 1 slides in, flip it up, and then we take one of these taller headrest covers, put it on so the side with the hole goes over top of the little button back there. Slide it into place. And now we'll just work the cover around that button so it looks good. And then fasten it together underneath. And you can push these buttons in and push the headrest back down. And that, my friends, is how you put covers on the rear of a new Chevy truck.